Hello students. So in this lecture we are going to study our first ever practical of FYBCS. The name of practical is light dependent resistor based light control system. So LDR is a sensor and on the basis of this sensor we have to study the light control system. Okay, now this is what is the aim or motive of our practical. What is the aim? That build and test LDR based light control system. Okay, so what we have to do here, by using LDR, that is light dependent resistor, and it is one kind of sensor, we have to establish a circuit which will control the light intensity. Okay, now what are the parameters or apparatus we are going to use in this practical is, first one is your experimental board, second your DC power supply, third one is your light source, and last one is DMM, that is digital multimeter. All right, so all these things we are going to need to perform this particular practical. Now, once we are done with the aim and apparatus, let's move to the circuit diagram. Okay, how to perform this practical? To understand that, we need to understand the circuit diagram. Now, what is the circuit diagram? See this, there are two transistors T1 and T2. Okay, there is a correction. The arrow in this transistor T1 is outward arrow. So this arrow is like this. Okay, so in circuit diagram, both the transistors we are using, like first transistor is T1, second transistor is T2. Now we know the transistor have three terminals: base, collector and emitter. As we can see, for both the transistors T1 and T2, it have base, collector and emitter. Again, it also have base, collector, emitter. Now the base of this transistor T1 is having a voltage divider. Okay, as you can see, this is one resistor, this is second resistor, and the middle point of these two resistors is connected to the base of transistor T1. So we can just say that this is a voltage divider arrangement. Now thus one point of this resistor is connected to the plus VCC, that is DC power supply which we have, and the next second end of the second resistor is connected to the ground. All right, emitter of first transistor T1 is also connected to the ground. After that, there is a resistor R1. R1 is connected to the collector by one terminal, and second terminal of the R1 is connected to the VCC. See the diagram very carefully. Now what is happening? The collector of transistor T1 is connected to the base of transistor T2. Okay, what is happening here? Whatever the collector of transistor T1 we have, that collector is connected to the base of second transistor T2. All right, again the collector of first second transistor is connected to the VCC. As you can see, this entire line is connected to the VCC, that is DC power supply. Okay, the collector of transistor T2 is also connected to the VCC. After that, the emitter of transistor T2 is connected to the relay. As you can see, this is a relay arrangement. So this entire thing is a relay arrangement. Okay, and there is a LED. Why LED? Again, there is a correction. LED will emit the light. That is why arrow direction will be outside. Correct. So this LED will indicate whether the circuit is operating in proper direction or not. So all this is the circuit diagram of your light dependent resistor. Now we'll see the observation table, what we have to give as an input and what we are going to measure at the output. So again, we know we have like the light conditions. After that, we have two transistors T1 and T2. Now for the transistor T1 as well as T2, for both the transistors, what we have to measure? We have to measure the maximum intensity as well as minimum intensity. Okay, so for transistor T1, we are going to measure maximum intensity, and for transistor T1, we are going to use the measure the minimum intensity. So for T1, we have two intensity, maximum and minimum. And similarly, for transistor T2 also, we are going to measure maximum as well as minimum density. So this is minimum. Okay, now what is light condition? Okay, so the condition is LED. Okay, when LED is on, it is a maximum intensity. When LED is off, it is a minimum intensity. Again, for transistor T2, the same theory applies. When LED is on, that is maximum intensity. LED off, minimum intensity. Correct. Now what we have to do for transistor, I first of all I will explain the entire practical for transistor T2, and then we'll go for a T1, sorry, T2. Okay, now what is happening here? Whenever the LED is on, okay, whenever the LED is on, what we have to do? We have to measure base voltage VB of transistor T1. Okay, so this is my transistor T1, and what is VB? VB is a base voltage, so voltage at this point. Okay, whenever the LED is on, we have to measure the voltage at base of the transistor T1. Correct? So this is what is the first entry of the observation table, that is VB of transistor T1 when LED is on. Correct? Same we have to do we have to measure the collector voltage of transistor T1. Collector voltage and voltage at this point. When LED is on, we have to measure voltage at this point. That is VC of a transistor, VC of transistor T1 when LED is on. Correct? So hope you guys are getting how we are getting these two entries in our observation table. Likewise, what we have to do when the LED is off. Okay, when LED is off, then we have to measure VB and VC. Now I told you how to measure VB and VC. How to measure VB? VB is the base voltage, the voltage at this particular point. And what is VC? VC is the collector voltage, voltage at this point. Right? So by this information, you can just say, or you can just fill these four entries in a observation table. All right, I'll repeat it once again. What is this reading? This first reading is all about base voltage when LED is on. What is this reading is about? This is again a base voltage, but the time when LED is off. Correct. This is collector voltage. 9.91 is a collector voltage when LED is on. And this is 11.99 collector voltage when LED is off. Now this entire thing is all about the transistor T1. We haven't done anything with the transistor T2. Right now we have just done transistor T1. Similarly, whatever we have done with the T1, we have to do with the T2 also. Correct? So whenever your LED is on, you have to measure a base voltage, correct, of T2. What is base voltage? This voltage at base, whatever voltage you are going to have of transistor T2. Correct? So this is base voltage and this is your collector voltage. Now as you can see, the collector voltage should be as equal to your VCC. Okay, there is some sort of plus minus, but it should be almost equal to the VCC. So this is the base voltage of transistor T2 when LED is on. This is the collector voltage of T2 when LED is on. Correct. This is the minimum intensity, that is whenever my LED is off, what is my base voltage is 12 volt. What is my collector voltage? It is 12 volt. Now the state of transistor. Now we know transistor have multiple states: cutoff region, saturation region, active region, cutoff, after that all these regions we have. So whenever we have transistor in this maximum and minimum intensity, the transistor operates in saturation mode when it have LED on. It will work in a cutoff region when its LED is off. Again, same thing applies to the transistor T2. When LED is on, the transistor operates in saturation region. When LED is off, transistor operates in cutoff region. So you don't need to worry about this last. It's just that you should know what is base voltage, what is collector voltage, and when we are using this voltages. Correct? So this is all about your observation table. When you perform this practically, okay, so you will get reading close to these readings. Okay, so this is the journal which is written by a student. So you can also perform this practical and you can just also have this readings. All right, so now there is a procedure. Now what is the procedure? First of all, you have to make the connections according to the circuit diagram. Okay, now you have that experimental board. On that experimental board, you have to make the connections as per the circuit diagram. We have seen the circuit diagram, right? According to that, you have to make the connections. Enlist the components with their specification and value using DMM. Now there are some resistors, all right? So this is one resistor, this is second resistor, this is third resistor. So you have to measure the values of these resistors, right? And this one is not your resistor. This is a resistor, but it is a light dependent resistor. Okay, whenever the light falls on this resistor, it will change its value. Correct. So this is what is your LDR, and we are studying that only. Whenever the light intensity changes, it will work according to that. If there is a sufficient light, it will turn off the LED. If there is very low light or insufficient light, it will turn on the LED. This is what is the light control. Okay. Whenever there is a dark, we have to turn on the light. Whenever there is a sufficient light, we have to turn off the LED. So this is how this entire circuit is working. The third procedure is test the circuit under the different light conditions, so that relay switches on and off assure the voltage at the base and collector of the transistor used for both the conditions. Now what we have to do, we have to perform this experiment under the various light conditions. For example, for a normal light, okay, whatever the room light you have, for that room light you have to measure the readings. After that, if you cover that LDR with some dark cloth, then after that you have to measure the reading. If you strike a light on that light dependent resistor, that is, suppose if we put a mobile torch on a light dependent resistance, then in that case the readings will be different. So under different conditions of light, you have to test the circuit. And the last one is your, from the above readings, comment whether the transistor are in cutoff or saturation or in active region. So with the help of readings, we have to predict in which region our transistor is working, either cutoff or saturation or active region, right? So this is all about this LDR, light dependent resistance, and the practical of it. Now what is the result of your entire experiment? During the light, LDR gives high resistance. As a result, during the daytime, LDR gives a low resistance as a result. Correct. So what we have, whenever there is a during the light conditions, LDR gives high resistance, and whenever there is a daytime, in daytime LDR will give you a low resistance. So this is what is the final result of your experiment. Now there are some questions related to the experiment which will be helpful for you guys whenever you are going to face the oral examination of practical. Okay, so the first question is, what happens when the light falls on LDR? Now what is actually going to happen when light falls on LDR? Its resistance decreases with intensity of light. So as much of maximum light you are going to put on the LDR, its resistance is going to be decreased. Correct? Or you can simply say that it will, whenever the light falls on the resistance, light dependent resistance, its resistance changes. Okay, what is the black current? Now this is going to be very important. What is black current? When no light falls on LDR, suppose we are not falling any kind of light on LDR, so there should not be any resistance, right? And then this resistance is called as a dark resistance, and because of that resistance, whatever current is flowing through the circuit is called as a black current. Okay, after that, the next one is explain the construction of LDR. Now, how LDR is constructed? For the construction of LDR, most common material used, photoconductive material like cadmium sulfide, cadmium selenide. Okay, so these are the materials which are used for the construction of LDR. Photoconductive material is dependent on the insulating dielectric has in a vacuum. Metal are connected when the no light falls on LDR. All right, after that the last question is, what is the use of LDR or applications of LDR? Okay, so the applications are very clear. um, LDR, the light dependent resistance used in the diagram clock, alarm circuit like burglar or alarm, light intensity meters, automation of home, automation of streets. So all such are the applications of light dependent resistor. So here we have completed our very first practical. We'll see the second practical shortly.